So what are we coaching when we're coaching? You know, most of us have been taught that what coaching is essentially taking our client from a current state to a desired future state. And what we're doing with them is we're building a relationship and we're creating a process around which we ideally get them from here to there, this desired future state. And that's good. And clients are usually kind of happy to pay for that, and companies on behalf of the clients are happy to pay for that. They want outcomes, they want results, right? And can't argue with that. In fact, for a long time, I thought as a coach that my job was to see the client here and where they wanted to go here and kind of ask them the path of questions that I thought would get them from here to there so that they could see what I could see. Like I thought that was my job. What I've realized since then is that what we are coaching, when we're coaching, is our client's relationship between where they are now and where they want to go. What is the relationship they're bringing to that challenge or that opportunity? So our clients could be bringing anything to the coaching. Generally, by the time they get coaching, they're fairly accomplished people. They are functional, they're capable, they've accomplished a lot and are still accomplishing a lot. And for some reason, there's this piece that they're bringing to the coaching that is unique. Okay, and yet there's a whole lot of their life they're not bringing to the coaching. And typically I found that what it is they're bringing to the coaching that they're wanting to be revealed has something to do with how they're relating to what they're bringing to the coaching. Now, it's easy to think and believe that, what's in the gap between this current state and this future state, it's easy for our clients to say, well, it's something they don't know, right? And that's a real hook for many of us coaches, especially when we do know or think we know what's in the gap between the current state and the future state of our clients, because then I can just fill that in for them and boom, right? And gee, with Google these days, with so many resources available, as tempting as that is for us coaches to believe and for our clients to believe, that's what's separating them from their current state to the future state is something they don't know. It's just almost never the case. Just almost. I can't say never, never say never. And it's very rarely the case that it's something they don't know, because they can learn how to know. Right? It has something to do with how they're relating to what it is they're wanting. Okay. So what do I mean by how it is they're relating to what they're wanting? So let's break that down a little bit. A big part of how our clients relate to themselves, others, the world, what they want to achieve, has to do with what it is they're focusing on, right? So of all the things in their lives and all the things that's working and not working and challenging and reinforcing, of all the things that they could focus on, all of us humans have to narrow it down. We have to. It's too much information for us to take in. How are our clients narrowing down all the information they take in to determine what to focus on? And when our coaching sessions start with, what do you want to focus on today? Which mine have very regularly, for many years they did. Then what we don't know is, like, what about all this other stuff they chose not to focus on? And what are we as coaches missing from not seeing a bigger picture, not knowing more about, what is it about this that is the choosing and is so different from what they're not choosing? So that's one piece, is having an understanding of how our clients are choosing what they're focusing on, because that's a relationship they're having with their lives as well. So what they're choosing to focus on. A second piece is how they're seeing what they're focusing on. In other words, they're choosing to focus on, an example, in a coaching session, they're here and they're choosing to focus on how they get over here. Well, how are they seeing that? Are they seeing it as challenging? Are they seeing it as easy? They're seeing it as exciting. They're seeing it as accessible. They're seeing it as risky. There's a myriad of ways they could see that. And that's the filter they're placing over that. And that ends up being a really important part of understanding how they are relating to what they're bringing to the coaching, is how they are seeing it. That lens, that filter through which they're seeing themselves, others in the world. Okay, focus, and then filter, lens. Okay, after focus and after the filter, then what are the assumptions they're making, right? So oftentimes it can be challenging, at least for me, to know what's a fact and what's an assumption, because we're not living side by side with our clients. We're having to take some of what they say at face value, but what are we taking at face value? And how much of what we're taking at face value is actually not objective? It has to do with how they're relating to how they're seeing it, the assumptions they're making. So a bunch of what we're doing in coaching, and when we hear it, it's universally effective. When we hear our clients making an assumption, we can call it out and ask what's underneath that assumption, what's driving that assumption. And I think way too often, we don't know an assumption's being made. Okay, so after focus and filter and assumption, then what? Well, our clients are drawing conclusions. They're drawing conclusions about what is and how they see things. And this can be hard to detect, because oftentimes our clients just go to conclusion, this is how this is, and we take it as fact. And oftentimes when we unpack the conclusions are bringing that our clients are bringing, we find that there's a bunch of embedded assumptions and a bunch of filters, right? And in doing so, we're really helping our clients see how they're relating to what they're bringing to the coaching. And importantly, and this is a question I ask after focus, after filter, after assumptions, after conclusions, it's like, what is the meaning they're making? This is so important to understand the meaning our clients are making of their lives, their interactions, what happens to them, of the challenge they face. What is the meaning they're making of this? And that sometimes, more than anything, can help reveal how they're relating to what they're bringing to the coaching. And finally, after focus and filter and assumption and conclusion and meaning making, then we can look at the beliefs they're having. Now, this is common in coaching. This is one of the ones that we know we're kind of trained to look for, is what our clients' particularly limited beliefs are. When they when they bring them to coaching. And that's great. I feel like we as coaches are really well trained to look for and identify our clients' beliefs, particularly their limiting beliefs. And that's really useful in understanding how our clients are relating to what they're bringing to the coaching. And as you can hear, there are layers upon layers upon layers of ways that we can be and want to be listening for how our clients are relating to whatever it is they're bringing. Because here's the thing, sure, I mean, we can, as coaches, by take our clients from the current state to their desired future state by giving them a lot of information, maybe giving them advice, maybe asking a lot of great questions, maybe providing a lot of structure and worksheet to some tools and tips and all. I mean, that can be really helpful. And how will they come to awaken to themselves? If we're focusing on tips and tools and advice and knowledge, then like, how will they be able to repeat that same process on their own? How will they wake up to the ways in which they're relating to their lives, their challenges, to people around them in ways they don't serve them? And when they do, when we can help our clients wake up to what they can't see about themselves, how they're getting in their own way, the ways in which they're showing up that aren't serving them and they don't know and can't see, when we wake them up to that, yeah, that is something they can take to the soul bank. That is something they can take onto and last their entire lives. So this work of coaching around helping our clients see how they're relating to what they're bringing to the coaching is really important and really valuable. The challenge with that can be that, and to really see how our clients are consistently relating to their lives, to themselves, to the people around them, to their challenges, it can take a lot of information, a lot of hours of coaching, and a lot of really kind of keen sleuthing on the part of the coach to look for pattern detection across lots and lots of conversations, to look for, okay, what's in all of these conversations, what are the patterns by which this client is relating to themselves in ways that are getting in their own way. So wouldn't you love something that made that pattern detection easier for you, so you could do it faster, more clearly, so that you could help your client see it and you could look at it together? Wouldn't that be amazing? Well, it turns out it is. It's really amazing. And that's why we created the EQ profile, was to help coaches see their clients' patterns, see what they can't see about themselves, to see their blind spots, see how they're relating to themselves, others in the world, in ways that get in their way. Something you might be wondering too is, how do patterns form? Like, what are these patterns we talk about, and how do they form, and where do they come from? And we'll be talking about that in the next video.